Hello everyone and welcome back to another Star Stable video. And in this video we have Train With Me number 4. Sorry I've put this off for so long. I've just had no time to record this at all. But here we are finally going to make this. And the theme of Train With Me number 4 is your most embarrassing Star Stable moments. So let's get straight into it with the first entry by Sadie Leopard Luck. I was on an old account I'd inherited. Keep in mind, I was a lot younger, and Nightstar being the server it was very drama rounded. And so I log on to SSO, and some girl comes up to me and starts saying names like dumb ones, of course. And I see her at a champ before, and I thought she had the coolest horse in TAC at the time. So when she said that, I said OMG and started spamming OMG over and over and over again and followed her from Golden Hills to Apoda. And that I later somehow joined her club. She didn't own it and continuously did this whole process until my IRL friend joined the club. They became good friends and she totally exposed some embarrassing moments to the girl. And then they started talking about it in global and people kept saying ha 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 ha. And that's low key not my proudest moment, but props deserved it. So, on an embarrassment level, I'm going to rate this a 6 out of 10. Next up, we have Leah Kittenfire. So imagine the scene. I was like 7 or 8 years old, playing Star Stable at like levels 16 to 18. I am on the quest where you have to follow the Dark Rider through Golden Leaf Forest until they reach the witch's hut. I followed them through most of the forest, nearly having a panic attack because I was a scaredy cat back then. Then came the wolves. I just barely walked too close to the wolf, then the page comes up where they chase me away. I get absolutely horrified and log off SSO and don't play for 3 months. That was very stupid of me. You log off for 3 months because you got chased by the wolves? I would say this is like a 4 out of 10 because I wouldn't say it's like embarrassing. I would say it's more funny. But yeah, I'd rate that a 4 out of 10. Next up, we have Mocho Hobby Horse. So once I was playing, I was following someone around because they were going to Jorvik Stables and I was too. So I used the trailer. They then left because I was too scary. I thought they were taller because I did tell them if I could, and they said, yeah, sure. I mean, I never see you chat though. And I just didn't reply, but said LOL in my head. Then I walked to the entrance of Dino Valley. I was trying to get my rep to unlock Dino Valley, except I got scared because I heard a noise in my house. I literally ran to hide in the closet corner and continued playing. Someone was behind me. I turned around and yelled at my parents to check on me. I said I was fine, and somebody just scared me. And then when I looked behind the trailer, something was glitching beneath the car. I told them I'd report them for glitching. They say they got stuck. I don't know if that's even possible. Anyway, the embarrassing part. Sadly, I accidentally clicked send on this message. I think my IRL kindergarten bestie is not even listening to me. LOL, I should probably just write it in my diary. Everyone heard that and they replied WTF. I remember that to this day. I would rate that an 8 out of 10 on embarrassment level. Okay, so our next entry is by Gabrielle Lionwalker. I'm a high level player, maxed horses, etc. So that usually ended up with me being on the lead of the dressage line. Now that is very bad because I cannot remember dressage for the life of me. I quit SSO dressage because of that. Anyhow, this was back when Metal Queens was a huge club on Hazy Galaxy. Like, I practically idolized that club. So when I saw that one of the club leaders was hosting a dressage lesson, I had to take it. Of course, I didn't realize it was an advanced class. I was intermediate at best at the time. So when I got put into the front of the line, I knew I was screwed. At first, it was just a warm up line, simple curls, of course. Then it started to get more advanced. I was able to hold my own for a few minutes slash moves. Then it started to be team moves. I never really understood how to remember which way you're supposed to go, right? I did the most stupid but logical thing I could think of. I messed up, but then I began to press photo mode over and over again. It made it seem as though I was glitching. I apologized and said my Wi-Fi was cutting out, and then I had to leave. Then I continued to leave the group and call for pickup. Still one of my most embarrassing moments in SSO. I would rate that as like for yourself, I would rate that as like an 8 out of 10 for embarrassing moment. But for them, I bet to this day they still think you just glitched out. Fun little fact, personally, I am obsessed with Star Stable Dressage, and I am actually an elite instructor. Next up, we have Olivia Coyote Wolf. So a few years ago, maybe two, it was when the Gen 3 Lippy came out. I was in Metal Rush. Keep in mind, this was before they were big. They were owned by a different owner. I just joined, and it was the largest club I had been in during the time period. They had around 36 members, and I had received 3,000 star coins for my birthday since it was double star coins, and I had promised to buy the club horse, the Lippy, and the outfit. Instead, I was so caught up in the money and the horses I really wanted, I spent it all in like 5 minutes and didn't keep my promise. Instead of buying the Lippy, I bought some random horses, and buying the fit didn't even cross my mind. The owner asked if I bought everything, and sheepishly, I lied and started panicking because I was worried about being kicked out. I didn't have much experience being in clubs, so I bought myself star coins and I went basically broke since I didn't have a job then. Immediately regretted it. But oh well, what was I going to do? Again, for like yourself and like for me reading it, I would say on an embarrassment level, this was 7 out of 10. But for the people owning the club, I bet they didn't even notice that you spent star coins on something else. So our final entry is Live Softfoot. Okay, so kind of a long story, but I used to log on SSO specifically for champs because I had no concern for the quest line whatsoever after I unlocked everywhere I wanted until one day I joined the new Hillcrest champ. And from the start, it was an odd vibe. Mind that it was my first time racing that track, and these girls on the Gen 2 Pentavians were standing at the corner spamming laughing emojis until eventually after the race they kept trying to eat my toes. I had gave up and went to my private barn, and somehow, some way, they were standing in my barn. I had not invited these girls. In fact, I have never met them before. All jokes aside, it was weird, but hasn't happened since. That's just weird. I see this in global all the times. Like people just say eating toes in global. I'm like, what the heck is even happening right now? Like, we are not on the same page here. And then they're in your barn. That's a glitch that seems to be happening. And the way that the people you just had a weird experience with glitched into your barn, like the way that kind of just like adds up is just completely crazy. I wouldn't say this is very embarrassing. It's more of like a funny and weird. So I'd give this a 4 out of 10 again. Thank you guys so much to everyone who entered. I had a ton of fun reading these. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.